Hello, Mary Meet. So, I want to discuss something that sort of irritates me. And I have touched upon this in other videos, but I felt like making a new one about it. And that is the tendency of some fundamentalist Christians, and please don't take this as meaning all Christians are against witches, occultists, pagans, and so on and so forth, because there's a lot of really tolerant, awesome Christians out there. What I am discussing are the few fundamentalists that sort of live in their own little world and have to make up some horror stories when it comes to paganism. Now, usually their websites is something like this. You have somebody who says, oh no, I was a Wiccan for so and so many years, and then demons attacked me. First of all, if you read those sites, we often, for example, say, I was a Wiccan for 9 years, and was on my way to become a high priestess, and then demons attacked me and I became a Christian. And then they write a bit about what Wiccans are doing, and it's pure bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that absolutely everybody who says that they have been Wiccans or any other type of pagan, and then they decided that Christianity was better for them, or that I felt that suddenly they clicked with Christianity and they felt that they would be doing a sin, and so on and so forth, that all of those are lies. But a lot of those people that say, oh no, but I was a occultist and I was a pagan and then this horrible, horrible thing happened. When you actually read the material they put out, it's lies, because it's not how this works. And if they had actually been in Wicca or any other occult path for as long as they claim, they would actually know that. But yeah, my problem isn't really if somebody has a page about somebody who encountered a problem. I mean, you can have a problem, about any religion or anything else you do. There are some people where the spirituality just doesn't click. I could also pull up a lot of people who have had bad experiences with Christianity because the spirituality presented in that religion didn't click with them. And there was issues with it. People that feel that they feel that Satan is lurking behind every door, and they get terrified out of their mind, and when they eventually change religion, they don't get these attacks anymore. Because here's the thing, I don't believe that, and I know that's very difficult for a lot of Christians to get. I don't believe in one ultimate truth, that there's one single perfect way to be religious or spiritual, and every other path is horribly wrong and will get you tortured for eternity. It's basically, I think that there's spiritual paths for everyone, and that what path you take, basically, if that doesn't fit with what you're supposed to learn in this lifetime, if it doesn't fit with your personality and the way you are, then you might have issues because the energies of that path then doesn't mix well with yours. However, here's another, but that's really another topic. My main problem with these, oh, it's so horrible, look, here's a warning about how dangerous, and it's particularly Wicca, talking about and how dangerous Wicca is that those warning signs generally go out with the idea that, no, the way we view it, that's the answer. The answer is we are absolutely correct. So then every question has to be molded to fit us. There's also a lot of circular logic. By circular logic, I mean things like, oh, if you are a Wiccan, then you will be attacked by demons. And then somebody say, well, I've been a Wiccan for 30 years, haven't seen any demons yet. And so, oh no, but that you aren't attacked by demons, that's the proof that I'm right. Because clearly then Satan has decided not to send demons against you to make you lure other people in. It reminds me about something that was very common during the witch hunts. But it said, no, a witch cannot cry tears. That's of course then if a woman wasn't able to cry normally, basically after she'd been tortured and traumatized, men too for that matter, that they had been tortured and been traumatized for a long time, and they might not just, after a while, quite a few people then went rather blank. Then of course that was proof that they were witches. Where if they cried, then was also proof that they were witches, because then clearly Satan had given them tears to fool people. That's a sort of circular logic where even if your argument are disproven, then you sort of find a way to, in your own mind, make the disproval itself a proof of your argument. And things like that have a tendency to happen when you are absolutely 100% convinced that you have the absolute only truth possible. And therefore, everything that doesn't support your proof either gets warped into supporting it or ignored. Examples that could be, for example, those that are against evolution. Evolution has been pretty much proven. But then you get stupid arguments like, no, God planted dinosaur bones to test our fate. Which makes absolutely no sense. But it's like this, we have to find some way to not have what we believe challenged in any single way. And these anti-witchcraft pages have a tendency to be like that. They have a tendency to go something like that Wicca should come with a warning, or some other witchcraft. It varies a little bit if they use Wicca or witchcraft, but it would come with a warning because sooner or later there'll be demons. Yeah, how come? Usually a conversation with, if you, for example, write to the people that's written this, the conversation usually goes like this. Yeah, I see that you have posted on your page that if you are into Wicca, sooner or later there'll be demons in your bedroom. But I've been practicing for so and so many years, and I haven't had any negative experiences. How do you explain that? And, but most people have those negative experiences. It's just that Satan will spare a few people to lure others in. So, yeah, but if that's so, how come there's so many people, quite a few million, that are Wiccans and have been Wiccans for a lot of years, if everybody then experiences demon possession and demons flying around their bedroom short time after they've started, wouldn't it then just be a very select few that would continue? Oh no, we didn't mean everyone, we mean that a few people experience that, but most people don't, because then Satan doesn't do it, so they will lure others in. Basically, no matter what you say, no matter how you prove that their points are ridiculous, the more they just make up some other, but I'm right because it says so in my Bible, except it doesn't, but that's another matter, because a lot of these people have never read the Bible, they just repeat what their pastor is saying. Which is actually a problem with quite a few Christian conservatives, that I have actually never read the Bible. But yeah. And it sort of can be irritating at times. Because here's the thing. I know that we come from very different worldviews. And that for somebody who has the worldview that there are only one single truth, and if you do not follow that truth, then you will be going straight to hell, then it is very alien to them not to try to convert others by any means possible. While it's just as alien for me, who feel that there are no one single truth, we have to find our own truth. And to basically, it's completely alien to me to try to convert people. I mean, I will make videos about what my beliefs, and if somebody asks me, I will willingly answer questions, but I don't go out trying to convert someone, because other people's spirituality isn't my business. So somebody asked me, why do I think that sort of the tune for a lot of conservative Christians has changed from before, when it was generally, witches are evil, they will sacrifice your children and kick all grandmothers down the stairs and eat your puppies. There are a few of those left, but not very many. They have more gone to the, Wicca is and witchcraft and occultism will lure you in, and people, they believe they're good, but in reality they're worshipping Satan. Why has the tune changed? Well, basically because for Wicca, basically that's the thing that's popularized things. So I've been using that name here, but really anything within the occult has been rather popularized. So chances are they know somebody. Their old Aunt Ruth might be a witch, or the friend that I had in high school, and so on and so forth. And I know these people. They know that they are not evil, but instead of then looking at their beliefs and saying, could we possibly have had this wrong? Is there a possibility that people of other faiths are not worshipping some symbol of evil, but that they also have a legitimate spirituality? No, because they've already decided that they have the truth. And so then they have to change the question to fit it. So then, okay, their old Aunt Ruth clearly isn't evil, but then she must be deceived. That's it. Then she's really worshipping Satan, but she believes she's good. And sooner or later, demons will attack her in her bedroom. And, yeah. So, for those that are not lying among these people that post their testimony of how horrible it was to be an occultist, and now, however, luckily they have become Christians, is there some explanation for their experiences? Yeah. Here's the thing. A lot of people, first of all, a lot of what is described is very often what's very typical if you work on your third eye chakra and not your other chakras. And a lot of people that when they get into an alternative spirituality, first thing they do is, let's just burst open our third eye and not work with anything with balance. And very often that leads to shit like that. It leads to terrifying visions and so on and so forth. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything trying to attack you. It's that you're seeing things that you are not ready for. And it can even be, in addition, there is this thing that I've talked about in a video before, that for a lot of people who go from Christianity to a pagan faith, they feel a tremendous amount of guilt and fear, because they've been told their entire childhood that if you believe anything other than what we tell you, you will go to hell and be tortured for eternity. Or if you believe anything but what we tell you, then you are evil. And so when they change their faith, even if they might do so intellectually, there's a part of their psyche that still believe this, and that can very easily manifest as a vision of a demon attacking them. Now, very often, this story ends with, oh, but then they say the Lord's Prayer and these negative manifestations vanish. Well, that can also be explained by very common occult lore. Basically, everything has energy, and a ritual, for example, that have been used by a lot of people will generally then have an energy of its own. For example, the Lord's Prayer has been used by Christians, by occultists, by a lot of people all through the ages. And it's extremely protective. Because, especially the end of it, really, for example, it is an integral part of the lesser banishing ritual that ceremonial magicians use. Because during the Kabbalistic cross, which is a section of the ritual that is done twice, energy is being channeled while basically an abridged version of the end of the Lord's Prayer is being said. Basically, you draw down energy from above while saying the Hebrew word for kingdom and for the throne, for heaven, and then you draw it down into the middle of the earth while saying the Hebrew word for kingdom or the material world, and then you go to your right while intoning the Hebrew word for power, and then you go to your left while intoning the Hebrew word for glory, and then you finish by holding your hands over your chest and envisioning a great energy right in the middle of your chest while intoning forever and amen. Basically, it's the end of the Lord's Prayer. It's very, very ingrained in culture, and there's so many folk spells too that uses the Lord's Prayer in some way or shape or form. It is an extremely potent, energetic ritual of protection. Does that mean that you are evil and that Christianity, your single chosen definition of Christianity, is your only salvation? No, it's magic. It's the same that a lot of other typical rituals and spells have gained energy because of its continuous use. The same as with symbols. What are symbols? They are just that. Let's have the pentagram. It's just a star with a circle in it. That's all it is. It can be drawn on shit. But because there's so many people who have an idea of what this symbol means, the symbol takes on the energy of all of those people believing in it. Same with the Lord's Prayer. So yeah, if you find yourself in spiritual trouble, do recite the Lord's Prayer, because it is extremely protective. So it's a very easy explanation for it. Now, before I go on too long here, I would say that if you are somebody who wondering if you want to become an occultist, witch, pagan, anything of the like, but you are worried about things and so you are searching for web pages, don't necessarily believe all of those that have somebody who tells you, oh, but it's so horrible, after 2 months I was attacked by demons. Actually, rather do research. Don't just buy the words of a Christian website that are trying to either keep you in their religion or convert you to their religion. And the same if you are the relative or friend of somebody who is an occultist or a witch or a pagan or a Wiccan or whatever. Don't go to those sites that has as their only goal to try to paint it as black as possible. Read up on it from neutral sources, because those sites that I mentioned, they come with an agenda, and the agenda is to make people as scared as possible of the occult. And usually those sites are either A, lies and complete bullshit, or B, the result of somebody who are either extremely ignorant of how the occult works, or B, so desperate to promote their own religion that I sort of just couldn't see the truth if it hit them. So yeah, I think that's what I had to say about that topic. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Sorry about the lighting. It is extremely bright outside, so yeah, hope it didn't disturb too much. So yeah, have a great day and blessed be.